Going climbing in Alaska was Izzy's idea, and we were all pretty excited, but we did have some concerns. I flew to America in early July with Miguel and Cosima. When we landed, we headed straight for Costco.
So Isaac, what just happened? Why are you sitting here?
My name is not Isaac, my name is Francis. Francis Gorgonzola, something like that. We used the man's Costco card and we just bullshitted our way through the whole thing. Having spent nearly $900 on food supplies, most of which were rice, beans and chocolate, the three of us packed up the car and drove north.
There's something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear.
We headed to the town of Talkeetna to meet Izzy, Jake and Ben, who had arrived a few days before us. There we would make the final preparations before our climbing trip.
I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
It's pretty weird Americana, like it's just loads of like hunting Republicans who've arrived. But we went down there last night and there's like a weird energy, like lots of drinking going on, like lots of loud music and it's like, yeah, lots of married couples like sitting around.
Swinging!
I think this is a swinging campsite, like some weird swinging hunting, like. It's pretty strange.
Are they all really Christian?
Yeah, I mean...
Because Christians love to swing.
Maybe not on the weekends, I guess.
Talkeetna was a memorable town with 24-hour continuous daylight and a cat elected as mayor. We spent a short while getting to know the place and, importantly, getting to know the pub.
Today we need to return the car, go to the air taxi and book that, plus buy gas for the stoves. We need to buy pegs, rent snowshoes. We need to ration and potentially buy more food. We need to choose routes and decide where we're going to place the camp. We probably need to buy a map too. Right?
Yeah. So I can get on that as well, just down the street. Yeah. We're remote for sure, but we are quite near the edge of the range.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
we just come out because you can walk out, like we can walk out.
Yeah. Jake, explain what you've just downloaded.
VDIF guide to self-rescue.
Sick. Having booked the air taxi, set up the satellite phones and downloaded some reading, we were still missing a crucial bit of kit. The Clean Mountain Can is an Alaskan invention intended to keep the hills clean. We borrowed some from the Talkeetna Ranger Station and all made sure to carefully study the instructions. Jake, what's the verdict from Ben?
Yeah, we can fly it tomorrow. Yeah.
Woo!
Woo! How do they want to do? So the weather looks pretty trash. All the models are in agreement, but it's Alaska, innit?
And Ben, what's the alternative?
The alternative is Hatcher Pass and wait and see what the weather forecast does.
What's the weather like in Hatcher Pass as our backup?
Mediterranean. Yeah.
Cool.
It's 21 and sunny for 4 days in a row.
So what are you picking, Miguel, between 21 and sunny or...
Because you're fun. I'd say let's get on the plane.
Izzy, what do you think, Izzy? You've got Mediterranean weather or rainstorm on the glacier.
Well, it is Mediterranean weather, but it's 2 days fast.
Racing on a glacier.
And we're ready to go on the plane, aren't we? So
Yeah, I think redoing all the build-up to get to this is going to take a lot of time.
yeah,
we wasted a lot already.
it was a lot of time to prepare this.
Committed.
I
Anyone heard of like sunk
Not
cost
wasted.
Yeah, I think that, this is exactly sunk cost fallacy. We should really be bailing on this plan before we go ahead.
Can you just say that one more time, just for the documentary, Izzy?
We should really be bailing on this plan, but we put too much into it to turn back now.
All right, what are we going to do?
We're gonna get Alaskan.
Breathe in the air. Don't be afraid to care. Leave, but don't leave me. Look around and choose your own ground. Long you live, the higher you fly. Smile you give, the tears you cry. All you touch and all you see is all your life will ever be. Run, rabbit, run. Dig that hole, forget the sun. When at last the work is done, don't sit down, it's time to dig another one. Long you live, the higher you fly, but only if you ride the tide. Falling sun, the biggest wave, the race towards an early grave.
Designed to style like short takeoff or landing. Because that is a crazy short distance to take off in and a crazy short distance to land in. It's awesome.
You landed uphill.
Yeah. That landing was ridiculous. That was so cool.
So building our house. You can see the architecture planning has begun, and we're planning on having some AMS tents here and here, and then a large hillerberg in the corner.
Terribly good.
Yeah, so, and we've got beautiful wallpaper, and we decided to choose this based on recommendations of many interior designers.
Cosy, what are you making?
A pee hole, or like I like to say, pee well, for all our urine to collect together.
How far are the pooers from the coffee making machine?
Convenience.
You're gonna stress me out.
Well, you made a big deal, so everyone's not really interested in the fact you're about
Jake, what time is it?
It's 11 p.m. Sun never sets in Alaska.
Who did we just meet, Jake?
Rusty.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
cool ski mountaineer. We've just put up a new route. It was 2 pictures of 510. Second one's the stoutest. And the rest is mellow. And there's a lot of death blocks, but that's just where we are.
Sick.
What the fuck are we doing here?
3, 2, 1, go! Ah! Ah! Okay, off. Okay.
Bomber?
Fucking hell.
No pressure, Miguel.
Yeah, I think both of our lighters are almost empty, by the way, so there we go.
Pigs in there. Pigs in there. Pigs in there. Pigs in there.
Izzy, what are we climbing today?
That boy there. Lost Marsupial on the throne. Alright, just crossing the Big Shan. Probably the biggest Big Shan I've ever seen. Wow, the rock looks good though.
Deeply is so low. When I'm far away. In another place. Hold it out to more.
So we just pitched we did 3 pitches, but we think one was just because the snow's melted away, but it was a cool pitch regardless. And they were the hardest 2. And now we're going to go into easier terrain, so we've coiled some ropes and we're going to be moving at the same time. Isaac's going to lead, I'm going to second. Yeah.
Sick.
So happy topping out of this.
Yeah, and look, you can see all the way into the next valley and everything. The view topping out was properly wonderful.
Wow. Well, you can see the Hilton Glacier.
When I found love, beach rolling today. Though I'm far away, the fantasy I love. Just can't get enough.
How psyched are you feeling, Izzy?
To try some mac and cheese, very. To go down this, not very.
It's making all sorts of noises.
Thanks. Yay! 20-1.
Fuck's sake.
Basically, we went on a little explore. Turns out there's like what I believe is called a crevasse. There's lots of those everywhere.
My anchor is my feet, a buried T-slot picket, and a regularly placed picket. So yeah, this is the crevasse that I fortunately spotted by pole plunging with it, and then we dug it out a bit. But yeah, the fucking scary thing is water at the bottom. That's what we were meant to be going up. How do you feel about being stuck in here for 3 days? How long has it been raining?
Between an hour and 5 days.
How do you feel? After a couple of days of bad weather, which we spent reading and chatting shit, the sky cleared, and so we walked down the glacier in search of a route called the AMS Arete. We followed a hand-drawn topo which they had kindly let us photograph at the ranger station back in Talkeetna. Yeah! How are you feeling about the climb, Izzy?
Excited. Why?
This arete was a particularly good pitch of climbing, but it was slowly becoming apparent that the rice, beans and chocolate diet had its limitations. give us a forecast of Izzy's bowel movements. Can you explain what's in the pan, Ben?
Not really. I doubt many people could. No.
So, what are we getting on today?
The Munchkin.
The Munchkin was a short granite outcrop just above our camp. I climbed it with Jake, Ben, Cosima and Miguel, but only remembered to film the descent. Jake, while you're rigging the ab, how was the climb?
Really cool actually. Yeah, really good. Loosen parts.
We might have something novel because we took a stupid way up.
What are you going to call it?
Well, hang on, I think if you gave it a name in French, in an American guidebook, about English people. Traverser des Anglais?
Huh? Great, thanks for that. French guide.
The continuous daylight made for some very long climbing days, and we were always knackered when we got back to camp. Spice and sauces cupboard, fuel, kitchen sink, hand sand sponge, coffee maker, stove, music, shovel, water, protein, coffee zone, breakfast zone, defence. With our time on the glacier coming to an end, me, Jake, Izzy and Ben set out to climb the south face of Middle Troll. This had been climbed the week before by Cosima and Miguel, who warned us it might take a while.
It's all been pretty fucking loose so far, but yeah, I've done some nice shit fun. Oh, I have 4G. We're getting news for the first time in about 12 days.
Boris is gone.
Just giggling at all the BBC notifications. Michael Gove has told Boris Johnson to resign, and the next one was just Boris Johnson has sacked Michael Gove.
This is the view from our impromptu summit bivvy. This is me in my jacket. I am very warm. Jake's in his blanket. And we're waiting for the others.
On the summit.
It's about 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
I love alpine climbing.
That's our camp. And this is Jake. Not in the camp. I'm so sad!
Like, the wind sounded like a football stadium crowd.
I thought the same thing. I thought I was going mad because I was like, are there people screaming? It sounds like football
And the stuff
chants.
coming down there, like the ice coming down the snow slope, sounded like a tube train.
There's a bit of what? Ooh!
Oh!
Thank you!
Yeah, what time actually was it, by the way, for the video?
It was 8 minutes past 1 in the afternoon.
And when did we set off?
I believe we set off at about 12:30 yesterday.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
We set up at 3:30.
24 hours on the clock.
It's about 5 PM. Still in the tent. Only woke up about 3 hours ago. Life is bad.
I hate Alaska.
What's the crack with us leaving this shithole?
We're waiting for the weather to be good, which is supposedly today, but it's very bad.
Jake, what does a plane need to land?
To be able to see the landing strip.
Can we see the landing strip?
No.
But I had a pretty good idea, actually. I can't see any consequences. So what we say, despite the fact it's dense fog, is that it's not dense fog. And what I think will happen is the pilot will set off and they'll just land because they probably won't notice the fog. And then we'll get picked up. It's quite, like, it's a little bit better. It's much the same. Oh yeah.
What's happening?
There's a blue sky! There's a blue sky!
When we finally made it back to non-crevasse land, lots of rest was in order. We then wanted to go rock climbing without being surrounded by alpine risks, so set out to climb Alaska's finest crags. Fairbanks was the only dry place for the next few days, and I'd heard there was climbing there. Though it may also be true that I was advised not to bother going because of the mosquitoes. But we're British and we're hard, and we just spent 16 days living on a glacier. Some mosquitoes wouldn't deter us from sending. It's a swarm. It's literally, we're in a swarm.
Izzy, what do you think of the crag?
The weather changed to look really great in Hatcher Pass, so we gave up on Fairbanks and packed up all of our stuff to make the journey south. Prior to driving, we had contacted Kelsey Gray, who is the author of all the climbing guidebooks in Alaska. He was also the one who advised us not to head to Fairbanks, so a trustworthy source. When we saw him, he was doing something that is considered absolutely appalling in the UK.
How much do you spend on boats each year?
I tallied it up this year, and before we started this route, I was at $530 in 4 days of developing.
So what's your name?
I'm Kelsey. I'm an Alaska climber person.
How do we know you?
That's a good question. Facebook, just stalking, sending messages, and I'm like, who are these people? We're gonna go put up an anchor on this so we can go check that climb out. And then we got another anchor. We're gonna wrap down and clean that. Then we'll get 2 first ascents and maybe 2 more, depending on how much work we get done.
As UK climbers, we like to consider ourselves as protectors of natural rock, only putting gear in that can be taken out, even if that makes the route a little scary, as the UK is the birthplace of traditional climbing. So when Kelsey asked us if we'd like to help him and learn how to bolt, we all surprised ourselves and loathed ourselves for the rest of the week when the answer was an unequivocal yes.
I just want to get something on record. What did you say was fun? Can you just repeat that phrase?
Climbing extremely hard trad with absolutely no gear at Stanage.
Hey, did you enjoy bolting up there?
Yeah, I did. It's great. Shit.
The self-loathing due to bolting was certainly soothed by Kelsey's friendly company and his beautiful cabin that he let us stay in. All jokes aside, it was a really fun week, and we are incredibly grateful to Kelsey and everything we learned.
Izzy and Cosy, tell us about the new route.
So it's quite a pumpy one. It's the same move over and over again. Get
Very
quite tired,
sustained.
but we're really strong, so it's all
we got
good.
through it. 5, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Probably 8 plus, but that's a stupid grade, so I'd say 5-8 just to sound my people and so that it doesn't get downgraded.
How was the bolting experience? What do you think of development?
Solo.
Yeah, I actually feel really horrible about myself that I put bolts in, and I don't think I can live with the guilt now and the shame.
What are you going to do to make up for it?
Just send harder, really. That's all I can do. I know it's hard because I send really hard already.
Kelsey had another project to bolt, which I cleaned with his friend Randy. A lot of holes appeared as we removed the build-up of dirt from most of the route. We thought we'd call the route Teach a Man to Bolt, but telling other climbers this was our first attempt at bolting a route might not inspire much trust in our work. So instead we opted to call the route Live and Learn. This felt like a reflection of everything we learned from Kelsey during this trip, both in his love for life and the technical knowledge that he passed on to us.
Do you want to explain how we've ended up in this situation?
There was a small chance the weather wasn't going to be good, so we decided that regardless of the weather, we should come and do some fishing in Whittier.
We saw a black bear which was catching a fish, and it was beautiful and majestic, and everything I could have wished for and more.
And how did the fishing go?
Abundantly.
We got some black pepper,
Nice.
some Italian seasoning, that's the good stuff.
How are you feeling about your Alaskan life, Izzy?
It's great. It's crazy.
We got a bunch more coming too. And potatoes.
I'm lying alone with my head on the phone, thinking of you till it hurts. I know you hurt too, but what else can we do? Tormented and torn apart. I wish I could carry your smile in my heart for times